It's the podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise. I'm Brennan. He's James. Thursday, the 8th of January. Feeling it this week.
Yeah.
Like, you don't ever do this, but even during our sunrise show this morning on the TV broadcast, you brought up and you're like, it's just been a week for a variety of reasons.
You're right.
But for parents, it was like getting back into school, the routine.
Right.
It felt like, just really trying to.
Yeah. Like the 5 o'clock hour hits and the kids are just erratic is probably the word I want to use here. Not normal.
We've had that too, because you go back 2 weeks since people have been in school.
Right.
Even with daycare, maybe you kept them out for a little bit over the break, and trying to do that one more time. And for us, we're doing a week of school, a couple days of daycare, and then getting ready for Disney, so we'll have the other break again. But and then it just started to feel like Friday when you said that in my mind, and I was like, we got another day to do this. Another day.
If you're on your trip, usually I feel like for me there's always a percentage between anxiety and excitement.
Mm-hmm.
What's the ratio for you?
For going on the trip and for being there?
Yeah.
A lot of excitement. I always have this thing with whether it's a staycation or on a vacation. Mm-hmm. I start to think we're halfway done with it. I think about how many nights we've been in a hotel or, all right, so it's...
While you're there,
we've done like 3 or 4 nights, so now we're getting to the back end of this where it's only 2 or 3 more to go.
Right.
That's when I get a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Interesting. So on the trip,
I am not. Anxiety. I don't have anxiety for getting ready because I'm one of the people who we fly out Sunday. I will pack Sunday morning. Yeah. And I will find whatever is clean that morning to have.
Sure.
My mom will pack a week or 2 before.
Yeah.
Steph will start kind of the night before. She'll get going. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. For me, it's when I'm going on a trip. It used to be mostly excitement, but now it's like managing the children, making sure they're all ready. The anxiety has definitely crept back up, so it waxes and wanes.
It's always coming back for me, which is sometimes when I take an extra day off after getting back into town, I will have a day there, and I always find it good for me to use then. But
I never used to do that, but it is nice when you do.
Just to reset.
The little buffer.
Yeah. To finish cleaning, getting organized, whatever it may be. We got, 2 more shows to go here for this week and for our day jobs. Yesterday, we had the big unboxing with the Survivor mystery chest that they sent to us with some gear for the 50th season coming up. Yep. Now 49 days away. We also mentioned as part of our podcast, what we're going to do is... Survivor Trivia. They sent this to us. It's like a lottery scratch-off or pull-off card with some questions about the game. We have no idea. So we'll do a question a day, and we'll keep it quick because we got other stuff to talk about and do the answer. And then also, as part of this, we're not keeping that gear. We are going to be giving it away. And our creative team sent us the QR code.
How about that?
I already checked it. It works. I didn't enter anything, but you just scan, and then it says you make sure you're 18 or older. Put in your email address. So you can enter this every day. And then coming up the February 25th, the premiere episode of the 50th season.
A couple of weeks after the Super Bowl.
That's when we will shuffle them around and announce the winner and hand out some of the gear. So that's fine. So you can have all that. And whenever this comes up, I always think QR codes. I have no idea.
Yeah.
How this works.
I don't either.
Somehow between your phone.
I did look it up, so I got some deets on it.
Can I tell you something before you start on that?
Yes.
QR codes have been around now for years. I probably until a year ago didn't know that all you have to do is just go to your camera on your phone. I thought it was a separate app you had to download to scan it.
Really?
Whatever it may be. I had no idea. And then I think Steph made one for work or something. And she's like, she just held up her phone and did it. And I said, that's how you scan a QR code? I felt so stupid.
A year ago?
Probably. Within the last year or 2, yes.
Wow.
And that's when I said, you literally just have to open your camera.
That's it.
Swipe. And there it is.
Don't have it on video. Video won't work. You do need to have it on the photo
to take
setting.
the picture. Yeah.
But wow, that's
and then the link
incredible.
Comes up. Yes, I know. I was so out of touch.
Yeah.
So out of touch.
For a while there, I was good at. I actually had a QR code to download the app, and I was better at it. I should get back into it, but I would put it in my forecast. Oh. And I had people, and I would say, pull out your camera and scan it that way.
Yeah, I never caught on to it.
Yeah. Well, that means you just never scanned a QR code.
No, never did.
You never needed to.
I never needed to. And now it's a lot of places will do it. If you're went to the skate park, there was one that popped up for the waiver before we went in over the weekend.
Or a menu at a restaurant.
Menu at a restaurant. That's another thing. When it's we sit down, you go someplace and we're like, okay, well, where's the draft menu? And they're like, well, here's a code or this.
That's right. The beer menu oftentimes will be on a QR code.
Yeah. Got any specials? And they're like, here it is. Scan it. And then you open your phone, hope it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what QR stands for?
I have no idea.
I didn't either. So I'm not, trying to, surprise you.
Something retina?
Quick response.
Quick response. Oh, that's, of course. Yeah.
Quick response code. This is actually pretty fascinating from a scientific standpoint. So you see the 3 big squares on your screen now.
Okay.
Those allow the scanner to recognize the code and determine its orientation. So that's why you can scan it if you're upside down or sideways. Mm-hmm. So that's what tells your camera that. The smaller squares found in the larger QR codes are called the alignment patterns, and they help the scanner correct for distortions, like if it's printed on a curved surface, like a soda bottle, for example. And then the connecting lines between the finder patterns act like a ruler. So they tell the scanner how large the grid is and where the individual rows and columns are. And then you have the quiet zones, the buffer zones that help distinguish from its surroundings. So that's just so your phone knows what it's looking at, basically. And then the little dots with the gaps in between them, that's like the 1 and the 0 that you would get with a link. So it reads it and it gets the 8-bit code words, the 1s and the 0s, basically. And there's a really last part here. There's an error correction. So one of the most powerful features is this error correction thing where it can be read even if it's dirty or scratched or partially covered because of how they're laid out. So it's the same code is in there 100 different times. So if it's like dirty or if it's covered, your phone will still be able to scan it.
It's incredible.
And it's incredibly easy to make. You literally, if you make me a QR code for a link, boom, done like that.
I assume it's privacy.flowcode.com being one of them. They made it in a couple seconds or a minute yesterday. And you bring up a point about all the backups in place so it still works.
Yeah.
I probably scanned 100 QR codes now. They always work.
Yeah.
Like
every time.
I never have to ask for that. Or do you have a real menu or anything? Tell me like that. No, it works every single time.
As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection or internet connection.
Yeah. And this is, you go to a farmer's market or something, you're looking up someone's Venmo and it directs you right to their account or something like that. It is wild. So that's what we have. And again, we're giving away some of the Survivor 50 gear. So the question today, I will say this.
Enough of this.
50 seasons. What year did Survivor premiere?
2001.
That's your guess. You're pretty confident.
Yeah. It's either 2000 or 2001. I think it's 2001.
I was going to say, obviously, it's not 50 years. They do multiple seasons. My guess was going to be 98.
Yeah.
No rhyme or reason. Just sounded okay.
Yeah.
2000.
2000. The year 2000. Oh, man.
Close.
I was so close. I said it could be 2000, but I could have sworn it was 2001. Honestly, it's everything revolves around September 11th. Whenever something happened, like in my brain, you know what I mean? Like was
pre or post?
Yeah, exactly. Was that pre 9/11 or post 9/11? And I thought it was like right around there, so that's why I went 01. But 2000.
Wow,
nice.
That's close. So averaging 2 seasons a year. It's wild. It's just
impressive. Yeah.
25 years.
So impressive.
Been doing that. And we've got a ton of these. So questions for every single day. I will say later on, we'll get to a day where there's no question and it's just a pat on the back for the contest.
That is nice.
We're going that far. So we'll have all that. Again, we'll be doing this each day on the pod and you can enter once or twice. So that's some newer technology we're talking about with QR stuff. We got announcement yesterday.
Yes.
It came out about GameStop. Yeah. And it just threw me back to my childhood. So there's some mass closures going on around the country with different stores as it's trying to re-envision or get away from the brick and mortar footprint. And we've got multiple stores here that are closing, 2 of them for good. Webster, there's one out there in the plaza, another one in Victor at Victor Crossing. And when we went out, we just wanted to see how these workers were feeling. Obviously, not every GameStop is closing, but many are. And it's interesting to hear in this comment about how it kind of evolved to keep up with the times.
I've had a lot of families come in that are sad to see it go, but we have some other stores in the area. Like I said, the safe space that we provide, it's just a nice hangout spot. I mean, we'll have some families hang out here for an hour just talking. So that's what it is. It's an, what's the word? It's a community. It's a community of people.
What they kind of turned into was if you needed cheap controllers that had been used before, pre-owned or pre-owned games, something like that.
You can sell your old games.
Yeah, but now with games, you can just download them and have them. Not everyone wants to have the disc or whatever it may be. And then it literally became, not just these games, but they would do card game nights. People just hang out. You would go by these stores and you see people standing for like an hour or two, like you just said, just congregating.
Right. There were so many different ways to get together at GameStop. I remember I had a PlayStation 2 and I would buy and sell games. And I remember going there and it'd be like, this game's worth 7 cents. This game's worth 15 cents. I'm like, really? Come on. I had some good memories with this game.
I would take them back. I would have like 50 of them I'd be done with when you go up to the next gen of whatever the console was. Yeah. And like, we'll give you $1.
And they would retail them for like $35. I'm like, come on. Like, really? You need that much?
It's crazy. I just, growing up as a kid, just going in and playing the free trial demos of games, like the same game, the same level over and over again. It was fun. My dad would drop us off at Circuit City, which we had. And they always had, whether it be a Dreamcast, N64, way back when, and you would just go and there'd be a line of kids and the store employees and the other parents and kids would look at you about, all right, you've been doing this for 45 minutes. Let someone else go.
Yeah. Right, kick out. There used to be an FYE, for your entertainment.
I remember that.
It was, I think it was in the Eastview. And it was like a huge section of the mall, right in the middle, DVDs, CDs, the whole, little entertainment section, and speakers and everything, TVs and stuff, and went by the wayside.
The big difference was just being able to download it and just have it. You can have it in 3 minutes without leaving your house. Now, some other new tech, as we were talking about the big tech conference, everything happening this week in Vegas, brings up an interesting conversation about bubbly and getting handed to you by a robot, AI in the home. So some of what people are showing off this week is LG brought in a live-in robot trained for chores like laundry. Is part of a trend that the experts are calling affectionate intelligence, like having an AI pet as well, which we talked about this week. If you could have one of these robots in your house, what is the chore you would want them to do?
Yes, so I said it early this morning. I would probably go with emptying the diaper pail.
It's the worst.
It's so stinky. It's very unpleasant.
We have the bin in the girls' bathroom, and I'm the one who ends up eventually when it gets full, have to go dump it out. Yeah.
But, like sometimes, vacuuming the basement's not very fun. It's pretty nasty down there. I was thinking outside chores, weeding the garden.
Yeah.
That's a really unfun job right there.
Mine would do... Can you blow leaves, rake them? Like, that's what I would do.
100%.
I would spend thousands on that to help because it would be worth it.
Every year.
After that, like the spring cleanup, because we just have so many leaves that end up in our big beds all around. And that is just a pain with a rake because it's the vines, the different roots, it just gets stuck in there.
And the mulch that's coming up too. It's not fun.
They do have the kind of shark robots that are the lawnmowers that are just constantly running. I've seen those where you drive by a house and it looks, you're like, that should be inside, but it's actually outside and just slowly doing that.
They have them all over RIT.
Is that how they do it?
If you look at like the entire campus, it's machines now.
Manicure it.
It makes sense. I mean, it's RIT.
Mine would be bathroom related, but for the cat, changing the cat litter.
Yes.
I have been the one. We've had a cat for most of the time, multiple cats that Steph and I have been together.
Yeah.
And one of the first things, and I learned this becoming a dad and when Steph was becoming a mom, it's like the first thing that the doctor tells mom when she gets pregnant of things to avoid. They don't talk about sushi, alcohol, clearly, things like would be on a list, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
They say, do you have a cat? And you're like, yes. They're like, you stay away from the cat litter, period.
Yeah.
Away from the litter box. Don't change anything. Don't do anything with it. That and just the fine dust particles of you can breathe it in. Like, apparently it's just a big no-no. And so I, for years, have been the one that was always... Once a week, I'll put it off.
Even well after the pregnancy.
Yes, I'm still the one.
The girls could be like nudge, nudge.
The girls, they'll come in. They like it's a game for them. They want to do it, and then it's a mess. It gets out everywhere, and I'm like, but the automatic ones that some of these shelters have, or PetSmart or something, they are hundreds of dollars, and I'm getting closer and closer.
You're thinking about it
to getting in that. But they're giant. They look like huge vacuums, and they just swirl every couple of minutes to rake through. Yeah. And I'm just, it's still.
Cats would probably be scared of that.
At
first, anyways.
Yeah, I went to one of the pet supply stores in Webster, and they just had like 6 of them in this one room with 50 cats. And it's how I managed it. I'm like, that's the way to go, because I want to stay away from
Picking up after the kids is not fun, obviously, because toys just get absolutely everywhere. So that's nice, but like, it's important to teach them to clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such an important skill to have, to be able to clean, and that's half the reason why I'm a parent. So I don't have to do the dishes after dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have children so they can help me with the house chores.
We went to a Christmas activity day at school, and they went around, did 5 different stations, kind of arts and crafts. And then when it was done, the teacher put on some song, and it was a cleaning song. Not clean up, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like these kids have a chip in their brain. They just stop immediately.
Yeah.
And they just start going around putting up all the pencils, the notebooks, the chairs, just doing it themselves. And they look like little robots themselves.
Fantastic.
I'm like, how do we do this? I was like, can I get our teacher to come to our house and like put the trance on? Yeah. Like, whatever it may be, and learn that. But yeah, that's fun.
I'll have CJ, my 2-year-old, she loves doing dishes. Loves it.
Great.
We'll fight in to do the dishes when I'm like doing heavy pots and pans. I'm like, you're not going to help with this. But I will have her help as much as I can, just to try to instill as early as possible. And she'll clean it. I'll be standing next to her, and then I'll take it and then put it in the dishwasher. And every once in a while, I'll look away, and then I'll look back, and she's like holding a huge knife. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I forgot I left that in the sink. Luckily, there's been no incidents, but yeah.
Knock on wood. We had that with some cutting cheese this week.
Yeah. The knife goes up, and she knows like she's not really supposed to have it, so she's like got this smile on her face, and she obviously like gives it to me immediately.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's funny.
Josh Allen and the Bills getting ready for Jacksonville, and Thad had a good story. Went out there and spoke to the quarterback because he only played that one snap to keep his streak alive Sunday, so he didn't have to do anything. I'm sure he did a lot more. It was like a bye week for him. Yes, of planning for the Jets. He knew it wasn't going to play. So what did he do during that time? He looked back on the regular season before they start the wild card game.
Josh Allen played only one snap of the regular season finale, only a handoff to James Cook on the first play of the game. So last week, instead of getting ready for a normal game plan, Allen spent the week self-scouting, going back over his throws, his decisions from during the season. Allen said on Wednesday what he found was pretty revealing.
Sitting there like, God, I stink, you know? It's like, what am I thinking here? What am I doing? And I think that's, the film is never as good. It's never as bad as you think it is going to be. But going into it, just trusting reads, trusting feet, trusting eyes, trusting my teammates, I think that's what it kind of comes down to.
When you come off the year that he had last year, talking about the reigning MVP in the league, and that's a near perfect season, and people then think, okay, then he's got to one up that. That's almost impossible to do, the way he played last year. So you don't want to try and go out and be perfect. That's not how you really want to perform. So you want to go out there knowing that there's going to be some imperfections, and then you adjust and adapt.
I came away obviously just like, God, there's so much out there that I've missed, right? Whether it's getting a little lazy with my feet and not taking a check down and maybe instead trying to force something downfield, or throwing the ball away, not taking sacks and allowing us to be in field goal range. And I think maybe throughout the regular season you get into this mold of just like, we have more games, I can try to squeeze this one in and see how it goes. And obviously in the playoffs, those are premium drives, and sometimes the play is throwing it 3 yards and getting to a second and 7 instead of a 2nd and 10.
Allen didn't play much in the regular season finale last year, so presumably he had a chance to self-scout then too. He said, though, this season was different than what he's been able to do most years, adding, quote, I thought it was a very helpful exercise. Inside the Buffalo Huddle in Orchard Park, I'm Thad Brown.
What if he said, guys, pretty good with what I got.
Yeah. You see the film?
You see who I'm throwing to? Like, has anyone seen Keon Coleman since August?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best here.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fun. We'll have the games this weekend.
It's, it's like I think it's like any self-reflection. When you look at your own body of work, everything, 95% of it could be great, but that 5%,
That's what you remember.
You just focus so much on
Yeah.
it. All your energy. It's like, I had a great post on social media. I got 100 comments. 3 of them were negative. All you care is about those 3 negative
That's what you
posts.
see. Or if you if I flub some words or like stumble or something on a
Right.
read, I'm just,
Yeah.
it used to bother me a lot. Still does. That's why we don't go back and look at the old stuff.
That's right.
Because
Don't-
bring back the
That's
memories.
your tip, Josh.
Yes.
Don't look at it.
Yeah, don't look at it. We'll be back here in just a moment. Back here on the second cup of Sunrise Pod on this Thursday morning with James. I am Brennan. We had a conversation with What's Up Rock on our Sunrise show about leftovers.
Yes.
Because we bounced around ideas during some of the commercial breaks of what we'll be talking about, what might be interesting. And this was a good one because you said you were slowly making your way through what's in the freezer.
Exactly. We have these things called these super cubes, SOUPER cube. They're not paying me to give them this plug here, but it's just like a silicone square. It's like 2 cups, and there's like, you can have them. And let's say I make a big chicken noodle soup. What I'll do is I will make the chicken noodle soup, and I don't put the noodles in until at the very end. And then I will pour the soup into these cubes and then freeze them as such. And then I can bring that cube to work, throw it in the microwave. Boom, there's my lunch.
I wanted
Very
to.
easy.
Are these the ones?
That's it. Super cubes. Yep.
All right.
So the larger square ones, those 2-cup ones, are perfect for like 1 serving of soup. The smaller ones, I will make like a batch of enchilada sauce because I hate buying enchilada sauce in those cans. I'll make a huge batch. It's pretty easy. It's like oil and then chicken stock and then a bunch of seasonings in there, and then you just pop one out and then heat that up. You can also make big batches of like mother sauce, which is like marinara sauce. You can make as well, and then it's just ready to go.
How do you stay organized with it all? To know what you have.
Well, it's all. I just use a Sharpie, right? I just
Yeah.
label it a Sharpie, and then actually we have 2 fridges, one downstairs, one upstairs, and then I have upstairs. I have just like a piece of paper that I write down like what's in there, basically as well. So
I was trying to think this morning, and I couldn't think of anything in terms of something that was cooked, made, prepared, that was put in there. I don't think we have anything. We usually just, if I buy like a big sheet of steaks or something, cut up some that I'll save for later, or chicken breasts or whatever it may be, we'll have. And then Iran was like, she didn't have anything because her husband's got a big thing about fresh, all the food, like whatever in the fridge out that day. That's what I'm going to have.
right. But what if you make too much of something? Because I know you don't like wasting food.
I think
got
most
the
nights I
dog?
just barely make enough.
Really,
My dog actually won't touch human food. She just has a thing.
my kids
My
never.
cat will.
How about your kids? Do they clean the plate?
Just about, but they're very picky eaters. So we don't make a ton for them anyway. So if they have tortellini and there are 2 pieces left, like there's not a lot. We don't have a lot. If they're doing mac and cheese, it's the whole box that has it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
My kids, there's always food left on the plate.
We don't have hardly anything left. No. Yeah.
They
it's
just,
big enough.
it's so weird. They just,
Yeah.
maybe I'm plating too much. And that's like, my wife taught me that when they were young. Like, you never want to plate too much because too much food on the plate for a kid can be overwhelming. So, but they're not picky eaters. They'll eat everything. So
Actually, as we're talking, I have, maybe this counts as leftovers, and it actually goes to our next story because it is Girl Scout cookie season.
yes, those are freezable.
In the bottom of our freezer, now I recall seeing this the other day, there is a pack in a bag of some from last season.
Oh, wow.
Are those still good?
Yeah.
Cookies
for
in a freezer?
I've had venison out of the freezer that was in there for like over a year.
Yeah. And you can check it, and it all depends and varies. It's usually kind of a smell test or look at it.
The internet will tell you like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
It's literally frozen.
Yeah. And this is, so we've got a pack at the very bottom because I remember I was looking for some frozen vegetables the other day and I saw it. I think it's a pack of Samoas. There may be like 2 or 3 that are in there.
Just eat
They're going to be perfect. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But a lot of Scouts, including Brooklyn, they're selling theirs now online. Next week, they get ready for the in-person sales. And so all the flavors will be coming out. I bring this up because Steph is their troop leader.
Yep.
And I remember some conversations about Girl Scout cookies because what they do is, yes, they can sell some online, but the group you guess on how many you're going to sell.
Right.
And then
because that's how many boxes they give you.
They get sent in bulk, and one mom or dad, parents, they've got to store them. And I said,
sure,
Steph, are we doing this? And she was like, no, got someone else to do it. Someone else to do it.
Is Brooklyn excited to sell?
She's pumped. She's so excited about it. So we'll have all that. I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
Get some.
for sure.
Pass it around.
Sales is not easy. So
it is not.
Good on her.
It is not. We'll see you at noon back here on the.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.